brothers and sisters, Trinity de Guzman, coming at you again, this time from my home in Mexico. I am so happy to be back. I just had an ayahuasca ceremony last night, heart bursting open, and I'm just so inspired to make this video for you, this time in front of my altar. And oh, bless my altar, I'm so grateful for it. I don't know how many of you have your own personal meditation space, but I cannot recommend it enough. And if you don't even have a meditation practice, that's the first step, Get a meditation practice, because the most important thing with working with ayahuasca and this journey of spiritual awakening and really coming to understand who you really are and then living that and then having your heart just so open for the world where being around you just opens people's hearts and causes people to have these spontaneous experiences of just like coming back to themselves, I really believe everything in our lives essentially brings us back to ourselves. Every experience we have, good and bad, especially the bad ones, are all bringing us just back to ourselves. And they're showing us the parts of ourselves that we need to see. So there's really never any bad experiences. And when you can have this perspective and these glasses that you look through your eyes and into the world with, then essentially nothing can ever go wrong. And there's just this beautiful allowing and acceptance of everything that unfolds in your life. And I was just telling you about my altar. Can I tell you about my altar? I love it so much. As we're starting this ayahuasca church in America, the first ayahuasca church in America, this is really about, a non-denominational experience of spirituality. As you can see in my altar here, let me tell you about it. So we have Jesus, we have Mary, there's Mary, we have Saint Martin, we have the Sri Yantra, we have a heart, the flower of life, we have angels, we have spirit animals, there's the owl, we have a bunch of amethysts, we have Shiva, we have Durga, we have Ganesh, we have a bunch of crystals, citrine, rose quartz, a bunch of more quartz, a bunch of awesome pictures, agate. There's Madre Ayahuasca's right there. We got San Pedro over here, agate plates. What else? Hape, that's an amazing medicine from the jungle that is really intense, actually. But really powerful. It's a really powerful cleansing tool. And, all medicines, what they are tools. And the way I like to say it is that one tool isn't for every person, and every tool isn't for one person. And so at our retreats that we're going to be holding in the United States, it's really about bringing people to come and see and experience all the different tools that are available to them. We're going to have things like breath work and ayahuasca and meditation and sound deprivation tanks, as well as group integrations. Each of these serve people in a different way and serve other people more than another, And yeah, this is all, as I was just going through my altar with you, this is about a non-denominational church. We are building this church actually under the Oklahoma Native American Church, which allows us to share ayahuasca publicly and legally in the United States. And I've been getting a lot of messages from people who are in Canada asking me if we have retreats or if I'm serving in Canada. And right now, the Oklahoma Native American Church has been fighting for the religious rights in the United States for the past 25 years, but they do not yet have that Religious Freedom Act in Canada, surprisingly. But it will happen. I am in communication with them. They did say that they are working on it. So eventually, we will be opening these centers in Canada. But, Canada and the United States, it's super close. So if you're in Canada, come out to our center. And, oh my God, I want to tell you about one of the things that I saw in my ceremony last night, which was so profound, so beautiful, so incredible, which is the 3 different positions or roles that people can have in forwarding this movement. And this is a movement beyond movements. God, I love this so much. Oh, actually, I have this mission statement that I wrote out because I sent this executive summary to this group of investors who are going to be investing in our centers in the United States. Literally, these people were like, they messaged me and were like, this guy said that he represents a group of investors looking into investing in ayahuasca centers in the United States. Is that not what we're doing or what? And again, this is about so much more than ayahuasca. This is about global awakening on a collective scale. And ayahuasca is a tool, just like yoga came from the East. Ayahuasca is coming from the South to serve us in our awakening, in our remembering of who we really are. And I really see that I'm here to make ayahuasca mainstream. Not so that it's this drug and this thing that people just do, but in a way where it's a common word, a common understanding of what it is. And just like yoga has come from the East to so deeply serve us, ayahuasca is here to do the same. And I really believe it's one of the most powerful tools that we have in this world to be able to grow and evolve and come back to who we really are. You know, I don't know how many of you have shared this with. I'm sure I've shared it in another video, but my journey started basically studying beings who were powerful creators, people who were able to create what they wanted in their lives. Like, at first it was because I wanted to make a lot of money. And that was, of course, blessed and perfect and what I needed to go through in my journey, as that led me to understand the skills of how to spread a message. You know, that is the glue that holds all of this together. It doesn't matter if someone has a door widget, if that person knows how to sell, sell, but more so spread a message, that he can make millions of dollars. But if someone has the cure for AIDS and they have no idea how to spread a message, nobody's going to hear about it. Unfortunately, this is the truth in the world. And I am here to use this skill of spreading a message so that we can spread this message together of awakening, of coming back to our hearts, of living the values that matter the most, of love and sharing versus money and profiteering. Unfortunately, that's the world that we have been born into, but we are here to change that. And I want to read to you the mission statement that I wrote in the executive summary that I gave to these investors. And God, the land is just so inevitable. The land is, there's so many different ways the land is coming, and I've said no to different opportunities for land because I have a very clear vision of what the land looks like. And unless it meets that vision, I am not going to settle. And this word, the standard, is really important in not only like this creation of these centers, but in every aspect of our lives. Having such a high standard for our own vibration and the people we allow into our circle is one of the most critical things for us to continue to evolve and level up. And that's why these centers and these communities are going to be so important, because what we're doing is bringing everybody together who are awake, self-actualized, and understand who they really are, and just can hold that standard of this highest vibrational cleanliness, this self-awareness. And let me just get rid of that 20% button, and just serve us in holding the highest vibrational space. And together, as we serve for people who are wanting to be a part of the team and the family, then what we're doing is holding this space for guests to come into. And because we hold such a high vibration, and we ourselves are so just aware of who we really are, and we can live that, people will just be popping left, right, and center into their awakening. And that is one of the most profound things that we are bringing together, that, you know, I really don't know of anybody or anything that's going on even close to what we are about to bring to the world together. So this is the mission statement, and I wanted to read it to you. And it says, "We are here to pioneer radical new technologies and communities to pave the way for our awoken humanity. Through building hundreds of healing centers all over the globe, using systems designed to create a duplicable self-funding model, adaptable to a region's laws, culture, and resources, we help human beings return to living their highest truth, unique to that person's gifts, passions, and purpose. We unify the world's medicine paths and revive ancient teachings to empower people to heal themselves of any physical, mental, or emotional disease. Ultimately, we redefine what a thriving society looks like, bringing us back to community, the earth, and a collective experience of growth versus individual success or profiteering. And we create the systems and models for millions of beings to realize this path. One of the things that I bring to this is an understanding of systems, of creating something that's duplicable. Because I've been involved in the building of several multi-million-dollar companies, and that's given me the skills to understand, one, not only how do I spread a message, but two, most importantly, systems. How do we create a self-funding model so that we are funded from within, and that money is spread through the community for our growth and our perpetuation of this movement. And we together, this is about so much more than just these communities, so much more than just these retreats, but what's going to be birthed from within these communities, the type of magic that is going to happen when we come together as awoken beings, knowing that we are here for the ascension and the awakening of the planet, is beyond words. I've seen glimpses of what we are going to birth inside these communities. But it's really just scratching the surface, I'm sure, of what we are really here to do together. And the beautiful thing about this model of what I've been shown, and all I do is listen, that's all I'm doing. So many people are like, wow, Trinity, you're amazing. I can't believe you're doing this. This is incredible. And I just keep saying, it's not me. It's not me. All I am doing is listening, just like each of you are. Following your heart, following your truth, following what you know you are here to do in this world. And that brings me back to the three different ways that you can be involved in this movement. The first is being a volunteer, and the two ways that I've been sharing in other videos, but there's a third one that came to me last night that I'm so excited to share with you. And so the first one is being a part of the team, the family that grounds this and serves together. And as a result, you're taken care of by the vision. So you don't ever have to worry about any expenses. All your needs are met. And the beautiful thing is as we build these centers all over the world, the people who are a part of the family, the core team, who are committed their lives to this service and this awakening, as we build these communities, you don't just choose one that you want to live at. Essentially, you can travel to each of them, and your travels are going to be funded by the vision, by everything that we're doing together. This money that we generate is going to be used to grow the communities, to feed us, to house us, and to make every single one of our needs met. And then from there, birth the most incredible things that are, as I said in the mission statement, radical new technologies that are here to bring about the awoken humanity. And so that's the first one. The second, and if you want to be a part of the team, the family, the links are in the description. It either says volunteer or team. It's so much more than volunteer, but everybody understands what the word volunteer refers to. So I use that. And so that's in the description. Check it out if you are wanting to be a part of that. And over the past 2 weeks, we've had over 75 volunteer applications, which is incredible. And I am so grateful for every single one of you who has applied. And you should have gotten a message from my dear brother Anthony, who's in charge of so much. I don't know what I would be doing without him. But we will be going through more intricately or more specifically who we're going to be choosing. And it's not about who's better or worse. It's just about where the alignment is, And that doesn't mean don't apply. Please apply, especially if you feel like you have these gifts and these skills and you are very aware of who you really are. And you know what I mean when I say that. If you know what I mean. Those who will hear will hear. And of course, I'm sure the people who are watching this video, who are listening to my words right now, resonate so deeply with this call for what we are doing in the world. And that brings me to the second part of what or how you can be involved in this movement. And that is to be a guest. And that is to come be a part of our retreats and experience the transformation that we as the family are going to serve you with. And, if you are first called to being a volunteer, anybody who's a volunteer or who applies to be a volunteer and doesn't get selected, I will be inviting you to be a guest. And I feel like I might even give you like a little discount or just offer you a lower requested donation for your participation in the retreats. Because I don't know why, I just feel like it. And so that's the second thing, is to be a guest. And if you just want to be a guest, if wherever you are in your journey, maybe you might just be called to being a guest first. And the volunteer or being a part of the team isn't where you feel yet. And that's okay, that's perfect and amazing. So the links again are in the description, and I'm going to put two links there. Yeah. And that is to apply to be a guest. And right now it is in a pre-approval situation or a pre-application process. So before we get the land, if you confirm your registration before we get the land, the requested donation will only be like $12.97 versus the $14.97 when we do get the land. And so, yeah, if you want to take advantage of that, then that is here for you now. And then the third thing is, which I'm so stoked about, and this is what I mean when I was talking about the models and the systems in the mission statement, which is the way that we're going to build literally hundreds of these centers all over the world is by training healers and leaders to lead the next centers. So there's going to be a school at the communities. And these schools are going to be training so many different things. This mystery school, as I like to call it, are going to be educating the world on so many different aspects of things, because we're going to be open sourcing our education, because the leaders and the experts that we have on the team, I've met some incredible beings in my life. Hands down. Like, just incredible beings. And the people who are a part of making this a reality are by far some of the most incredible beings that I have ever met in the entire world. Like, there's this one guy. His name is Chad Dannenberg. I have alluded to him in some videos in the past, and I'm so excited for each of you to meet him or to hear him speak, because he is a genius beyond geniuses. And we just had a conversation last night, and he was telling me about how he studied with some sacred architects. And these architects would build these multi-million dollar homes that are specifically using sacred geometry and sacred architecture that creates the structure and the architecture of the home specific to the biology of the land and the people living there. Incredible. Chad translated the Bible into 3 languages by the age of 20 into Greek, Latin, and Aramaic. And that led him to his profound awakening because of understanding what Jesus was really saying. Aramaic was the first language that Jesus, or the language that Jesus originally spoke. So unless you've read the Bible in Aramaic, there's some hidden knowledge there that not many of us understand that he points to. Excuse me, nose is dripping. And that is like Chad. God, I can make a whole 20-minute video on Chad alone, probably longer. And anyway, I just can't wait for you to meet him. And this is just bringing us back to what I was telling you about with the schools. And we are having some incredible healers, teachers, masters, experts, geniuses, and just people who are just so living their purpose, know what they are here to do in the world. And I really believe that one of the greatest roles that we can live, and it's not like better or worse, but one of the most impactful roles that we can have is as teachers. And, why is because from there we can create these ripple effects in the world, ripple effects of love. And that's really all that matters. And I'm not saying anybody who isn't a teacher isn't doing that. Of course you are. Of course you are, in all your own special, unique ways. And so for those of you who, one, have skills that you want to be sharing, that you are here to, teach others, fill out an application form to be a part of the team, mention all of this. And two, if you feel like you want to help us create and be a leader to create more of these retreat centers in the world, or if you feel like you really are called to learn how to, serve the medicine and lead these ceremonies, these are important things that we're going to be needing as we build out these centers again and again and again. And it's amazing and beautiful and perfect and ideal if you have musical capacity already, because the music and the medicine, when they combine together, are just so blessed, so profound. And oh my God, I can't wait to sit with each of you who are meant to be sitting with me in ceremony. Thank you so much for watching this video. So the three things again: volunteers, guests, and leaders. That means people who want to lead retreat centers. That means people who want to lead ceremonies. And that means people who want to teach high-level skills at our schools. Please apply, fill out the application, mention this in it, as it's really important that we are able to clearly distinguish you as the leader and what you want to be doing. There's definitely going to be a space for that in the application. You'll see what I mean when you get there. And please share this video, share this movement, share this mission that we are here to be sharing with the world through conversation, through sharing on Facebook, through emailing it to people. I don't know, but share it in whatever way you feel called. Hit like, hit subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and just stay in touch with this incredible mission unfolding. And if you haven't already, find somewhere to leave your email. It's probably somewhere on the pages below in the description, because God, I'm so excited to be sharing this with each of you. So more and more of you that are coming on board with this vision every single day just fills my heart and just brings me so much just stillness and peace and gratitude for what's really unfolding. This is destiny, brothers, sisters. The awakening of the human race is inevitable, and it's us. We're the ones we've been waiting for, and we're no longer waiting. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!